Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the new Lego Super Mario Piranha Plant set. This is set number 71426. It has 540 pieces, and I paid $60 for this set. Now, this is the first kind of 18 plus Mario set I've looked at. It's not part of the course builder Mario sets. It's kind of a display model. It was one that I was really excited about when it came out. I'm not like the hugest Mario fan, but I do really like Lego Botanicals, and I like other stuff, and this just looked really interesting to me. Looked like it was a fun little display piece and a fun little build, so I did want to take a look at it, and it does retail for $60. I ended up using some insiders points to get this. It's been on back order for a while online, and I don't know when it's anticipated to ship, but I did want to get a look at it, so I got it from a Lego store, and I used some points to get a discount. So I can't remember what my effective cost was, but when I talk about the value for this set, I will be talking about it in relation to its kind of normal retail price. So with all that said, in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build process for this Lego Super Mario Piranha Plant set, I wanted to take a moment to say thanks for watching, and then to remind you that if you like this video, click the thumbs up, and if you like my channel, click the subscribe button. And then I wanted to talk about a bit about the build. So we start out building the base of the pipe that the Piranha plant comes out of, and it very much feels like a planter or like a pot for a potted plant, so I kind of refer to it as that as well. And it's actually a much more interesting build for this section than I thought it would be. There's some nice mechanisms that are in here, some really interesting kind of design choices, and a pretty unique sort of way to design this part of the set that easily could have went a totally different way. And now we're going to add all of the nice kind of newish pieces with the nice kind of slope there that's a little bit different than other slope pieces, and really finish off the final shape of the pipe here. Then this bag of pieces was really small, and we build kind of the stand. Now we will work on the leaves here, which was also a really cool design choice and really cool techniques. I think they turned out really, really nicely. A lot of character, a lot of life to them, and I just really appreciated how these were designed and how these were built, so that was lovely. And then we go on to the head. This was really interesting. I didn't expect it to build in this order necessarily, so there is a bit of technique in here, and I was really surprised by how awesome this all worked together. So it's really, really cool. You kind of build out the lips and the teeth and the like tongue area. Then you build like the roof of the mouth, and those snap together. Add the lips to that one. And then the rest of the build is building out the kind of dome rounded head pieces here with those nice printed kind of dome, quarter dome pieces, which is really cool. I had some difficulty with some stuff in here, but it was really, really nice. And then that's this set, so really cool. And now on to my review for this set. Okay, so here is the Lego Super Mario Piranha Plant set. This is great. I'm actually really, really happy with how this turned out. It's about what I would expect, but there's some really, I would say, unique building techniques in here that are pretty cool in my opinion. Nice piece usage, and the overall model at the end, this is kind of a display model, and I think it looks really, really nice. So I'm very, very pleased with it just right out of the gate. There are no minifigures to look at, so we'll just get right into this. And the first thing you build is actually the base, which is the pipe or kind of tunnel thing for from Super Mario. In this case, it looks like almost like a pot, like a potted or plant or a vase or something like that. So it does kind of work on that level. Whoops. And so that's nice. But in the games, in Super Mario, there are pipes, and I believe the piranha plant is something that emerges out of the pipes there. So that is what the base of this is supposed to look like. So the flower, the piranha plant here, does not stud down anywhere, and it does not actually, clip or join into any other element of the pipe here in any meaningful way. And I'll show that later as we go through this. But we have this green pipe here. It's really nice and rounded. The shaping looks about right. And I was really impressed with this. There's some really nice building techniques in here, which I was surprised by. I think there's a way they could have made this that wouldn't have nearly as interesting of a build. So you can see just from the top all the kind of sideways building here, or things that are built with studs not on top kind of stuff. There is some symmetry here, but there's also some asymmetry. If you can see, this side is a lot more rounded off than this side. There's a function on the back. You can hear there's some stuff rolling around in there. If you push the lower 2x4 tile here, it opens up a trapdoor on the bottom. I really liked the mechanism to make this trapdoor. If you can see in there, we have a couple pieces here on the side that are the kind of round plates there, the 2x2 round plates. And so this actually studs onto them, but when you push this in, it has like there's different tiles and different things in here, and it pushes on this, and that overcomes studding into these two bits on the corner. It's a really elegant, really innovative design to make that work. So this side, which I consider kind of the back side, is a little flatter here than its counterpart on the front, and maybe you can see it here from that. And inside there, what I had were these coins. These are printed tiles that are pretty big, actually. You can see from the bottom, they're kind of like a 3x3 rounded tile, but they're printed. Would have liked to get more of these, but that's okay. These can be slotted into the pipe in front of or behind the piranha plant, and they can be stored in the bottom, and they can be released by activating that mechanism there. So besides that, there's we use this kind of trapdoor piece to make the kind of base, and then we have some really interesting building techniques that are underneath all of these slopes. So I can't get into that too much, but it's a lot of use of bracket pieces, of course, and some other kind of unique stuff in there, which I thought was really great. We do use these arch pieces on the side here, which is really, really nice. And these slopes are all kind of this, I think this is a relatively newer piece. It's similar to some other slopes in that it has a similar kind of angle, but it's like I don't know how to describe this. It's like a full brick up here. So you can see there's 3 plates there, and then this part goes on top. Let me actually see if I can pop one of these off, because I would say it's a somewhat new piece. So it looks like this, whereas there's other ones like this that have maybe just a spot for like 1 plate to fit there. And there's a few other different kinds of slopes, and you get a lot of these, maybe like 40 or so of these ones in this nice green color there. So you use those over here, over here, over here on this side. The ones here are a little bit different. Some of the ones at the top are a little bit different. But it comes together looking really, really nice. We also, you can see we have in there some kind of Technic ball joint pieces. This can be tilted back and forth a little bit in there, and this bit is the part that holds the plant in there. So I'm actually going to pop this open and see if there's anything crazy inside that you can see. Yeah, a couple off colors in there, which is common for a Lego set, the non-visible colors there, just for ease of build and for the instructions and everything. So this is in there now, and the Piranha plant slots into there, and it's a snug enough fit, not that it would hold on its own, but it has something really nice here. So this jumper plate right here is what keeps it above that bit. And so you can see where that jumper kind of comes into contact there. So this can lean forward and back, which is those ball joints in there kind of moving with this. It doesn't rotate other than that. And it does fit in really snugly here using some of these inverted tiles here, some tiles on the front, which is really nice. So it's a pretty good fit, but it will slide down, and then that jumper holds it there. So now we can take a closer look at all of this. And the first thing you build after you build the pipe here, the tube or the pot or whatever, bag 3 of pieces is actually very, very small. I think the first 2 are for this, and then bag 3, I believe, is only stuff for like the stem here. So there's a couple bigger bricks, longer bricks, some tiles, and some other stuff in there, and it's really only that. You do use some of the 2x2 plates with the ball coming off of the side, and then once you build that, you build the leaves. I loved how these leaves came together. They use a hinge piece in there in the middle that allow for them to bend. They use some nice slope pieces on the side. Again, a lot of brackets used to get this, but the overall ending shape is really nice. I like that they're posable because of the ball joints, so they can move around like that, but they can also fold, and it gives it a lot of character and a lot of life. Both of the leaves are identical, so you can kind of just build those. I built them largely just at the same time as I was going through the steps. And I think these look really, really great. The shape feels really nice. I love how these slopes all come together. Nice use of parts here. I even like the little bit that kind of is near the ball joint there to kind of cover that up a little bit, which is also really, really a good choice. So I like that. And then the rest of the build is the last 2 bags of pieces, I believe, is for the Piranha plant kind of mouth or head here. So this can open and close. It connects to the stem with a ball joint here, and that's actually one of the complaints I think Tiago used to work at Lego as a Lego designer. He has a YouTube channel that I quite like, and in their kind of look at this set, they noted that how heavy the head is, so that it really just kind of falls in whatever. There's no way that this ball joint alone can support the head. So it is really heavy, so you can kind of see it flopping around depending on how I'm holding it here. So that's maybe one valid criticism of this set, but I think at the very least, this looks incredible. I think this is a really, really smart design with some awesome techniques and some cool stuff. We do use a lot of these kind of slope corner pieces, these really big kind of dome-like pieces. You use 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. They are printed. There's no stickers in this set. So you get 2 that are with the 2 dots, and these just have 1, and that's the same on the bottom. There's 2 with 2 dots and ones with 1 to give it a little variety there. How they did kind of the classic kind of bulbous lips here is really smart with some Technic pieces and stuff. We can see how the ball joint makes the jaw there. Nice color here for the tongue area. The teeth all interlock really nicely and have good depth. The ones that are set back are just right, and they close up in a really satisfying way. So that's great. The joint on the rear is actually, because it's 2 ball joints here, pretty good. It can hold up, it can support this, so it can be, I think displayed in a way that has this mouth, open to various degrees there, which is really nice. And most of this mouth is actually kind of a Technic core that holds the teeth and that holds the lips here. And then you stud on all of the stuff that is on top, the actual kind of dome pieces. I found that the dome pieces were a little bit hard to get together, just the way that they did it with a like 3x3 plate, and then like just attaching these on by just maybe one stud, and at the center here we have a 3x3 where all these parts would meet these other bigger sections, just the plain red sections in the middle there. And that was a little bit tricky at first, but not too bad. I think it looks really nice. As you saw, there are some things in the rear here about how this attaches to the rest of the unit there. So let me see here. So you can see we have, this is how we make this assembly, and it slides on like that. And there's a Technic hole there that then goes through, and this bit goes all the way through that like so. And that can come out, and at the top we have, whoops. Let's see if I can get that out. So I may have these on there incorrectly, such that the one that is on top is, or the one that is on the bottom is the one that is a little looser in there. I have to double check the instructions on that actually. So I may have this just slightly incorrectly put together. And the kind of subtle differences here, you can see there's a little different because to accommodate the ball joints, but even for this piece that holds the dome parts to the lips and the teeth, we have a Technic a bit there, and we have this axle kind of that's studded onto this little subassembly here. And on this one, this just goes in between two Technic pinhole bricks there. But the one up on top has it going into an axle hole brick and then a pin brick. So it holds it a little more snugly. And I think I might have it right, but I'm not sure. It's just one is more on the top and one's more on the bottom. I'm not sure what is more crucial to have be kind of connected a little more sturdy. I think, this one on the bottom, it can slide out if depending on how you're handling this, depending on how it's sitting, because it's so heavy on the ball joint here on the stand. Anytime it would be in the pot or in the stand or in the pipe here, it's extremely unlikely that that would come out, just because it's largely going to sit right against the stem assembly there, and the one on the top you want to open up, so you maybe don't want that sliding out. So that's one thing to notice. I think I actually would have preferred this one to also be used in an axle hole as well, but maybe that makes it too difficult to get apart or something. I'm not exactly sure. So just a unique little difference there, and not too big of an issue. And then when it's all together, you have this Piranha plant. So as you can see, you can't really move this head in any like position right or left. You can kind of lean it a little bit, like you could have it like this. You could maybe have it over here like this. If I go back far enough, it'll just flip over all the way there, like so. But if you have it, for example, like this, you can open the mouth up a little more, and that will stay there under its weight, at least, in the short term it will. The leaves, like I said, are kind of articulatable or posable, which is really, really good. And I think this looks terrific. It's nice that it can lean forward and backward here. And it's a really inspired build. I think they did a really great job kind of adapting this type of thing. It's a nice size set, and it's really cool. I wish maybe the head was a little more posable, so it's not perfect. This is really heavy here for just this one joint, so maybe if it was two joints there might be a way to still make it look right and have that, but I would say this way it does look very correct. It's just not my favorite here, and I would have liked this to be a little more solid in there, but the rest of it is all really, really great. I'm so glad that those are printed dome pieces up there. Really, really cool. I was very impressed with how this was built, actually, because this pipe here seemed to be on the outside, and from the pictures it looked to me like this was going to be a very, very simple build, and it was actually much more interesting than I thought it would be. And so was this. This was really, really cool, particularly the lips and the teeth up here. Really, really impressed me, and I think they look great. And then the leaves were very, very fun. As far as the function goes, besides being able to pose it and display it, this being like a little bank or something like that feels a little bit tacked on, but that's okay. Again, good to get those printed coin pieces there. I think the functionality is integrated pretty well, but it is one of those things where it has to be picked up to activate because the trapdoor is just on the bottom. So when it's sat down, that's not going to really do anything. And I think for the most part, this is something that is going to be sitting on a shelf or on a desk. Potentially, it's just one of those hidden features that doesn't detract anything from the set, really. And so for that, it is definitely nice to have that option. And potentially, people will want to actually store things in there. I'm not really sure, so that's good. And I can't remember if all of the other 18 plus or I don't know if they're all D2C, but the bigger, like the Mighty Bowser kind of sculpture puppet set and the question mark box and some other Nintendo Super Mario sets, if they all have those coins and they all have kind of different functions and features with them. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to double check, but it seems like just an added bonus to this one. So not a big deal here. And I think this is pretty great. I'm very excited to have this next to some botanicals and maybe next to some other Mario stuff here. And I think they nailed the look of it. It's just not maybe perfect as far as how everything's built. I'll show the extra pieces here because you do get some. A couple red ones, couple green ones, Technic pins, your 1x1s, your studs, your bushings, all the different stuff. Not too many, but good to get those. And this set is 540 pieces. Retails for $60. And I think that's actually about right. As I said at the beginning, I used some insiders points or VIP points to get this dramatically reduced in price, but in evaluating it in its price and value, I'm going to be looking at it and talking about it in terms of its retail or like manufacturer's suggested retail price here. And the price per piece on the surface seems, all right. Yeah, a little less than 600 pieces or, just under. It's 540 pieces for $60. There are certainly sets at $60 that have considerably less pieces. There are sets that are around this price point or cheaper that have more pieces. But this is pretty good. I think, getting these big special pieces with the printing is very nice. That's really the only kind of specialized piece. I don't know if there's any specific recolors in this set as far as new things. The printed tile kind of tokens or coins there are nice to get, but those may have already been in production. As far as the size of this, $60 feels about right. It's super solid. It's very thick, so to speak, and so that's good. One of the things is I'm, for whatever reason, kind of comparing this to botanicals, which maybe is unfair and it shouldn't be. Many of the Lego botanical sets are in the $40, $50, $60 range and can pretty reliably be purchased on sale, and those have dramatically more pieces than this. I'm thinking of like the bouquets or the orchid
Actually, I don't know if that has more pieces than this, but the orchid, it may. I think it, but I don't know. In the bonsai trees, some of those are hard because in the base they'll put a bunch of 1x1 studs in the base and stuff like that. But this is close to a lot of those sets, and those sets have usually an inflated piece count because so many little pieces and so much repetition. But as far as like the raw Lego here, this does feel pretty close to those and not too bad. I don't know how this wall is selling. It was on back order, so I'm assuming it's pretty selling pretty well. If this was 20% off, that brings us $12 off. So now we're looking at $48. I think that's a really great price for this. $60 doesn't feel that bad. I think that's about right. $50 would have been better. I would have loved for it to be $50, even $55. Anything's better. But $60 doesn't feel outrageous to me. Maybe I'm getting way more lenient on Lego because I'm so used to them overpricing it, and maybe they've conditioned me to reevaluate what I think is a good value or not. But what I have here seems like okay value. And there's a set, like a Disney set, the Peter Pan set, that I actually really, really want. That kind of little diorama Flight Over London set. That's priced at $60. It does come with some minifigures and some other stuff. But that one has less pieces than this. It has IP attached. This has IP attached. So I don't know. That one I've kind of been leaning on saying that seems overpriced to me. And maybe this one does too, but now that I have this here, it doesn't feel that bad. And I really enjoyed building it, really enjoy having it. I'm going to love to display this. And I think people who are Mario fans are really going to get a kick out of it. And maybe even other people too. So I think this is really cute. I think it's really well done for the most part, not perfect. And the value's not unreasonable, which is good. So I like it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. And if you like my other videos, make sure you click that to subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more botanicals, more Lego Super Mario, and then just tons of other sets from all different shapes, or all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, piece counts, age range, release date, retired, new, display sets, play sets, big, small, all different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want to support my channel, support my videos here, you can do that right here on YouTube with memberships and supers and thanks and all of that wonderful stuff. It is appreciated, so thank you very much. And I still have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. You can get access to all my videos early before they're posted publicly on YouTube. Some exclusive videos like for larger sets that I'll be talking about, as well as some other kinds of Lego content that I'm working on here and Lego videos that I'm working on. So maybe consider checking that out. Again, it is appreciated and every little bit helps. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.